Well, welcome to the 11th Annual Analytics Symposium. If we haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Kent Barnett. I'm the founder and CEO of KnowledgeAdvisors. I've had the pleasure of emceeing this event for the past 11 years, so thank you for being here. The three primary goals for this event: first, how do we advance the industry, right? How do we advance our industry, the learning and talent industry, to be able to better measure and improve the impact of people? And so this is an industry-wide event really focusing on really advancing the industry's capabilities. And I think we should all be really pleased. This is a record crowd by far. Analytics is obviously taking hold throughout all lines of business, and it's really taking hold in the learning and talent space today. So I think the work that we've done over the years is really starting to pay off, and I only see it getting better and better. So that's goal number one. We really want to advance the industry. Goal number two, we want to help create value for your organizations, right? You're here generally as part of an organization that's funding you to be here. And a key goal is for you to have takeaways. How do you create value for your organization, right? What are those nuggets of information you could bring back and put into action? The good news is what we found through analytics, particularly in the talent space, is there are huge opportunities for advancement and gain. So even if you bring back just a handful of ideas that you implement, it will create value if you do them effectively. So that's the second goal. So we strongly encourage you, with the great speakers and the content that's going to be covered, make sure you take notes, compare things, network, bring them back, apply it to the job. The third goal is really to advance us as professionals, right? I think that all of us want to get better and better at how we add value, right? We talk as an industry about how we get a seat at the table. Well, really as a profession, if we raise the bar through analytics and we have the information and the knowledge to help make the right decisions for organizations, it's going to help us individually. So those are the three primary goals. We also want to have a lot of fun, so we're going to try to sprinkle in a lot of fun as we go. What I'd like to do now is just hit on a few themes that I think will help set the stage for the sessions, kind of keep things in focus for us. So there are four key themes that I would like to kind of bring to our attention that I think are all converging together. The first is talent analytics. Okay, for years and years we've been talking as an industry about wouldn't it be nice if we had all the data in kind of a single repository, and data that tied things from sourcing and recruiting to onboarding to training to leadership development to engagement, those sorts of things. So the reality is talent analytics is here, right? There are organizations out there that are doing this today, and it's creating huge value. So wouldn't it be nice, or wait till it comes? Well, it's here. Okay, it's at the early stages, but it's here and it's real, and you're now able to actually implement this stuff. The second component is quality control, something that I think has been overlooked in our industry. We often think of analytics and data and finding those insights. Well, the reality is there's a lot of low-hanging fruit when you think about the talent process, the recruiting, onboarding, and so forth, and really taking a quality control approach to manage that. And I think we'll hear a lot of that from the Motorola folks and others. A lot of low-hanging fruit to actually drive up productivity. The third major theme, I should say, is executive reporting, right? And we've been talking about this at the previous symposiums, about the importance of providing world-class reporting to business executives, reporting that includes the right data that you need, really built around the principles of the Talent Development Reporting Initiative. And so also a major theme, right? And the key thing is, what we're finding is as you provide powerful and meaningful executive reporting, they're asking questions, and a lot of the answers to their questions are going to come from the data that you get in terms of managing the quality control process, because you're going to gather a lot of critical data to manage your function that business executives are also going to be interested in as they drill down with your questions. The last major theme, and it's hard to walk through an airport today without seeing it, is big data, right? Big data. Does big data play in learning? Does big data play in talent? Absolutely it plays. Josh will speak more about this, but it absolutely plays. And there it's more about finding the insights, right? If you got huge amounts of data, you have the right technologies to drill down to find business insights, look at normative data to make comparisons, but find those insights that are unique to your business to really drive value. So those are four themes that are all kind of interrelated into what we're doing. So when we talk about analytics, it really cuts across all those aspects. Dave, do you want to come up and give us a quick update? So he is a guy that needs no introduction, Dave Vance. I almost didn't give him an introduction. Former chief economist at Caterpillar, president of Caterpillar University, and now running the Center for Talent Reporting. Dave, tell us what's going on.
Well, a lot's going on, Kent. So thanks for asking. So it's been a great year since we were with you a year ago. We did establish the Center for Talent Reporting, which is the parent or home for talent development reporting principles, a passion that a lot of us had to do just what Kent was talking about, to bring those common standards, consistency, and reporting to the field of talent. So we set up the Center for Talent Reporting. You now go to the website for Center for Talent Reporting. CenterForTalentReporting.org is the website where you can go to learn more about it. We've got a lot of information out there for you, the white papers, sample statements and reports, a measures library that has 600 measures in it. So a lot of information out there to get you familiar with it if you're not already, and if you are, to help you implement it, to make your life easier by giving you a starting point. We started offering 2-day workshops, which is a great way for you or your staff to really come up to speed quickly on this. So if you'd like that help that you can get from a 2-day workshop on implementation, we've got that. We're also starting to do 3 webinars every month. Also, just this year, and just passed by the board an hour ago for the Center for Talent Reporting, is we are going to start offering certification and accreditation. So, Kent, we've got a lot of exciting things going. Thanks for all your support to get this going and for these few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. Give it up for Dave. Come on. So, if you study the principles of talent development reporting that cuts across all of human capital, there are 6 macro processes, right? There's the talent acquisition piece, the sourcing and hiring, onboarding. You've got the learning piece, so sales training, corporate universities, IT training, those sorts of things. You've got leadership development as a 3rd macro process, right? Building effective leaders in your organizations. The 4th major process is capabilities. Make sure you have the right knowledge and skills and capabilities in your organization to do the job. 5th major one is total rewards. Are people engaged and compensated appropriately and incented? And the 5th is performance, right? So are you driving the right performance? Do you have the right performance management processes in place? Are you aligning those sorts of things? So I'm really pleased to announce at KnowledgeAdvisors, this is a sneak preview. So for Metrics That Matter, we're launching our talent analytics suite of products. It cuts across the entire process, linked to the talent development reporting principles, the ability to gather effectiveness measures, efficiency measures, and outcome measures that cut across the entire process. So we'll be making a major announcement in June about all this, but we wanted to share it with you as our customers and friends to make sure you're aware of it. There's information out. You can talk to any Knowledge Advisors person, stop by. There'll be a webinar taking place fairly soon to kind of educate you on it. But this is our commitment of resources and technology to back all the great work that's being done around the talent development reporting principles. So we're thrilled about it. If you want to learn more, just let us know how we can help. We also have somewhat of a British invasion going on here. Analytics is really taking off all over. There's a great firm in the UK called the Learning and Performance Institute. They are pushing for developing standards and not standards, that's what TDR and the CTR is doing, but helping with certification accreditation for evaluation in analytics. And so their work is being done to complement the CTR work. It's more of a baseline, building kind of evaluation skills and so forth. But just wanted to point out that we have more people from Europe and Asia in this event than we've ever had. Analytics is really kind of booming across the board. So you'll be seeing some more about this and give an opportunity to help kind of feed it. It's all part about building that ecosystem. And then the last point that I want to leave everybody with are just some food for thought. These are 3 different quotes that have come from some leading organizations to just be thinking about. The high correlation between high-performing companies and those that invest in analytics, okay? High correlation, and it makes sense. Those organizations that use data to better develop their talent and their processes are more likely to outperform their competitors. Overwhelming evidence. So it supports the reason you're here, supports what's happening here. It's going to be an ongoing movement. Second quote I like comes from McKinsey, that talent analytics actually offers the potential to double your productivity growth, okay? Double your productivity growth. Most organizations grow, at least in Western Europe and North America, grow around 2 or 3% in terms of productivity. Talent analytics by applying it and looking at quality control and figuring out ways to improve, can more than double that. The data we see in Metrics That Matter, when analytics are applied right, you get about a 4% productivity bump if you do it right in terms of maximizing that. It is low-hanging fruit. The last point I want to leave you with, if you were at the CLO Symposium a year or two ago, you heard from William Sullivan, CEO of Agilent Technologies, okay? Agilent is the leader in analytics for electronics, okay? Here's the CEO, and he's presenting at the CLO Symposium, okay? And he made a comment which really resonated. His comment was, HR folks like to look at the green, CEOs like to look at the red, okay? Now, as an industry, obviously we want to know the green and we want to invest in the green. But if we want to drive productivity, we want to drive stakeholder value for our clients, you look at the red because that's where you can improve performance. And that's what CEOs want to look at. Where can we improve, right? So focus on those areas of improvement. Focus less on, trying to get funding because you're doing such a great job. Focus more on how do we drive value. And I guarantee you, when you work at that stuff and you're transparent about it and you're focusing on ways to improve, you're going to drive value, you're going to get more funding than you thought you could.